coming up here. A top 10 team perhaps walking right into a trap. As any fan of college football knows, when you go on the road, you never know what you might run into. The Trojans will kick it away to start. On the move from inside his 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. So Northwestern's offense will dial up the first ball plays in this one. And David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others, that they got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around him.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do...
And that's a live ball behind the line. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Fumbles are great when you force them, and you're always thinking about as a defensive player. But, man, when the weather conditions start to come down, it starts to rain, and you know that ball's a little bit slick, and you know more runs are coming. You really try to get to that football. Nice job getting the football out, falling on top of it, forcing the turnover.
He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Grab behind the line. It's Jordan. And the defense knocks him down immediately behind the line.
Listen, if I'm a QB, second down, I want to check the ball down and get a manageable third down. But when this defense is flying around like this...
He's trying to get it in. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Southern Cal. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. Offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over.
Turning it on! They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. Open a drive like that, it opens a world of possibilities. First down from the 43. Anderson with the carry. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Wildcats with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking to throw, it's Wallace. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Yeah, I just feel watching this offense, they need a big play. They need their confidence to get going, get the mojo going, considering they really struggled their last time out. They just don't seem to have figured it out quite yet here in the first quarter.
Motion from the wideout. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Northwestern will send out the punt team. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. And And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. Let's talk for just a second here about USC. At this point in the season, you're probably in if the playoff starts today, but it doesn't. A long way to go, and the margins will be extra thin from here on out.
No, because if the season ended today, you're basically right on the cusp outside of the top 5, so you need to keep winning. You need to keep the intensity up, playing with a sense of urgency. For the second half of the season, David, I think that's a massive key for this team.
Man, it's so hard with young kids, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, to get them to continue to focus on the game in and game out, not the rankings, not down the road. That'll be the challenge down the stretch.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. And the Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Touchdown USC! Fitted in the window for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
The Northwestern offense returns to the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Nudges ahead for 1 out to the 16.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Handoff to the lone back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
On target over the middle. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
That's got to feel really good for this quarterback. It's early in the game, so these third downs are big. You're trying to get your offense into a rhythm and a flow. Nice job reading the defense. A beautiful pass.
Keeps it on the draw. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. The Wildcats trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking for a man. It's Wallace. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. They've got him now, and he almost picked up that first down on the screen.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Northwestern will have to punt it away. That's the end of the period, and USC has the lead. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. Northwestern will send out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first. There he goes! And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running, and chew up some yards after the catch.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Got the first down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Makes the catch. It's Perry. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple first downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
Grab behind the line, it's Bates. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. The Trojans have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Gives it on the option. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. To the air, it's Mayava. Setting up the screen. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Trojans are threatening on 1st and goal. Trying to bully their way in. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Tries again to get it in. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Number 45, set to advance on the football.
The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. They've fallen into this big hole, and they are pretty desperate for answers right now. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Bringing the heat. Pressure's there, and he lets it go.
Yeah, this offense might want to think about moving the launch point for this QB, because if you take hits like that from the pocket, it's really tough to complete passes.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They believe they can run right here. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Solid run on the last play, sets this offense up on 1st down. Might as well give it to him again. Powers through the defender. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here. And the Wildcats have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Here's the handoff. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. He's got him. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And that's a live ball. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
It's raining in this game. It's making the football slick and slippery. And you know ball security is going to be a massive issue. Both coaching staffs have preached about that to their teams in the locker rooms.
Going to take a shot. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp. All right, guys, let's think big picture USC. They got a boost from their high school recruiting ranks, setting the table for the future, getting a verbal commitment from a 4-star linebacker.
Yeah, it's huge for this defense, not only because of his physical traits. This guy can run, he can cover, he can blitz the passer, but he's also a tremendous leader. This guy could be the alpha on this defense for years to come.
Back to throw, it's Mayava. He'll take a deep shot here. Hits him in stride at the 10. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Trojans.
You talk about going on the road and making a statement. 27-0. Hostile environment be danged. You talk about home field advantage. Well, it hasn't worked. They have come in and had answers and started this first half as good as you possibly can.
And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. They get you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
Tough way to start this drive. Now they'll try to fix it on 2nd and 15. Looking to fire. Oh, they're after him. Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On the move. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
This offense has got to get this thing going, man. Nowhere to go. Where do you want the running back to go? He gets tackled for a loss. Offensive line has to block better. They got to create some holes. They've gone nowhere. Several drives, no points. They need something to go right for this offense.
And the returner is stopped. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Back to throw, it's Mayava. Got the quick pass. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Firing to the right, complete.
It's definitely the wide receiver's job to create space, right? So whether you're running a go or you're running a hitch like this right here, I got to find a way to push off legally or just create a little bit of space to get some positive yards.
They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line. This offense is about to face the one thing that can stop it. Time expiring in the first half. Before then, they can get another score. It's complete to the left. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Out of the gun to give to the back. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Trojans.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
And with that kickoff going out of bounds, they will get great field position to start. Don't know if the defense will appreciate having to defend a short field from the start after that penalty. Wants to go up top on first down. Pulls it in. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Wide receiver going in motion. Dropping back, it's Wallace. Fires to the wideout. And incomplete on the deep ball.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Fires to the big fella. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Northwestern will have to punt it away.
Now, a 4th down.
Just needs a crack to get a return. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Looking to throw on first down. He lets one fly deep. It's picked off, and that's number 10. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28. Northwestern will kick it off as we start the third quarter. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. He'll start this third quarter with a run. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Looking left. He makes a catch. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Pressure coming. Buys a little time with his feet. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. He's got it inside the 15. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. In the red area, it's Jordan. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Looking downfield, it's Mayava. Finds his big tight end. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. It's good. He's going to hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
0.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. And the Wildcats with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's 3rd down now. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
It was so important this offense was able to find a way to get in the rhythm, and the running game is now helping that. 2 straight punts on their previous 2 drives. This drive, though, they're having a little bit more success. Big reason why is this running back. He's been able to find some creases to run through, and it's really helping out this offense.
Yeah, you throw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
The Wildcats can really attack on this 2nd and short. From the gun, running back on the move. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3-and-out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. From the shotgun, the inside give. Breaks into the open. And a decent game there before the defense makes the stop.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Northwestern will send out the punt team. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Got it in the middle. It's Jordan.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. Trying play action. That's caught. It's Jordan. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down. The Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this.
Oh, he's got some space. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. And the Trojans are on the move. They'll give it to the back. Picks up the first down, still moving. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And you want to dominate the football game like these guys have all day. Dominate the line of scrimmage. You know, turn and hand the ball off to your running back. It's a good recipe. It makes every quarterback better. It makes every OC better. Just turn, hand the football off, especially when you're...
There he goes. He steps out of bounds after a huge play, but hang on just a second. Defense might get bailed out here by a flag. There are penalties you sort of forget about and others that sort of stick with you for a while. You get a play like that wiped out, that one's going to linger. The offense set for a first down play. Running back searching for a hole. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able...
Touchdown, Southern Cal! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. With that last score, things comfortable here in the 4th as they are headed to a 7-1 record.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called, guys, offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
Northwestern, 0.
Looking for blockers. And the returner goes down. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Back to throw, it's Gray. Takes a hit as he fires. And they can't make the connection on third down. Northwestern will have to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. At the 40, there he goes. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
It's first down from the 37-yard line. Gives it on the option. They're trying to send a message with this running game. He stopped after a pickup of 4 to the 33.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. Wants to throw on first down. Got it set up on the outside. Turning it on. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. The Trojans come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed in the middle, it's Bates. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard. My goodness, he is putting on a laser show right now. Liner, Palmer, Pat Hayden, Marinovich, you name it. These guys are going to be looking up at this dude.
Just spinning the bean all over the yard, and that's why you come to USC. Those names you mentioned, and you know that ball's going to be in your hands. You get to go make plays, and he is doing exactly that.
First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Dropping back, it's Gray. Zings it complete to the right. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Wildcats with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're going to go right back to him on first down. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. After the stumble earlier this year, a lot of people wrote